Yo,
Living, learning, moving, and
Dre.
grooving. What's goody? What's goody? We here, baby. We
Yeah,
here. It's been a while. I'm
four
38
weeks.
now.
Oh, we've this just shows that we are real life people that have stuff going on, so we
Yeah,
can't
man.
always do this. We want to, we'll get better at it, but it is what it is.
But yeah, real life shit going on. But welcome to the podcast. We back. The customary. Not everything is black and white, people, but some things are, and we must, talk about everything.
Everything and everything. And
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
no, I was telling right before we started hitting record, I gotta start with this. So Wingstop, man, I don't understand it. And this might not go for every Wingstop out there. The one that we have here, there's one, Dre, in Springfield,
Yeah,
right,
it's
right
only
off
one.
Battlefield.
Yep.
It is a complete shit show. We ordered online because we know we're gonna go there. Let's just order it ahead of time because we know it's always a wait. Order it probably about 15, 20 minutes. Okay, cool. Get there. And he's got, order for so and so. Oh, it'd be about, another 34 minutes. I'm like, wait. So, like, almost 45 minutes for my wings. And then you could tell people are in there just getting upset too. Like, where's my food? They've been taking forever. And then, as you know, I don't know if you know, but there's two people standing in the
Yeah.
front. I don't know what they're doing. And I'm like, how? And I have worked in service. I haven't worked in fast food service, Dre. So like I didn't work at like a Wingstop or McDonald's or anything like that. I worked at like ice cream, I guess it's service, but I've also done service jobs too. So, I don't want to sound ignorant, I've done my time, but I've also known like when I was there, I worked my ass off. But I'm like, it's chicken, it's French fries, and it's what? Celery and carrots.
Yeah,
Bro,
it's
how
not that
40
hard.
minutes, 40 minutes, man. What? Why? So my wife was like, "Oh, it's probably because they double fry them." I'm like, "I don't care. You got to keep these.
It don't
People are
take
going to
that
order.
long. Yeah.
Just keep doing it." Anyway, that was my grief. We had that for dinner tonight, and I was like, and my wife was just so hangry. So I was like, "Yep, I got a hangry
But that's the
wife."
worst. That's the worst when man,
She
and
literally
nothing.
walked across to Aldi's right there because she's like, "I'm not waiting in this store," and she wanted to go see if they had something, and then she walked back.
That's funny. Sheesh.
Anyway, I just had to start off with that, Dre. I said a little pet
Hey, ain't
peeve.
nothing wrong with a
Wingstop,
little
just
rant.
just do better, man. That's all I'm asking.
They
Is
got
just
to. They got to.
do better. And you want tips, man? Yeah, get my chicken.
So
Anyway,
how'd you
Dre,
like that movie?
you talk about Final Destination.
Yeah, seen a few
So
movies since last time.
yeah, so good movie. And we went with my father-in-law who really wanted to see it, and I made my wife watch. We watched one, two, and three. We didn't have enough time to get four and five, and I told her, I said four was supposed to be like the Final Destination. They literally named it Final Destination,
Yeah,
so like it was
yeah, I
supposed to be
remember.
it. Then they did a fifth one. But it was really cool that the actor, what's his full name? Todd what? You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, yeah, the original Candyman.
Yeah, so it was nice that they brought his character full circle of like kind of talking about his backstory and like he cheated death and
Yeah,
he's been along for so long because of the whole story and don't want to give it away for anyone that watches it. But I like the movies. It just goes to show that like you literally you could die from freak accidents, from like
yeah,
something hitting
man.
something, someone going here. But
Yeah,
at the ending was nice with like the closure of the log trucks. It's kind of like that they wrapped
yeah,
everything like full circle, but I don't know. You could continue those
yeah.
movies forever. There's no tie.
Watching it.
One and two had a tie into it with the character Clear, but besides that, like we could
Yeah,
run
you
these
didn't have to
forever.
see all of them, but just watching it though, it made me realize what triggered me, like from a young age, like to be always cautious and shit. Like, if this happens, this can fall on you, and this could happen. Like, boy, everything was running through my mind. Like, okay, this is what this stems from because
Yeah,
of
you
Final
still you still
Destination.
do you still like pass a log truck or anything crazy that's like on a flatbed
Not
on
it.
straps?
It don't even. I've seen log trucks, but it don't even got to be log truck. It's just be anything with Mackenzie, with my daughter. Like, some people call it helicopter parenting, but I'm like, man, this is Final
I've seen
Destination
this. I've
parenting.
seen this before. I'm
Shit,
not
yeah,
doing
I
it.
see. Yeah, for real. I had a premonition, for real. So.
No, it was good, but it was good.
Yeah, it was real good. That
The
damn
story
penny.
was,
That
yeah,
damn
that
penny.
penny, the lucky penny.
Man,
But the
man.
beginning story on that was just crazy because one, I wouldn't even have gone. That was supposed to be what in the '60s, if not earlier than that.
Yeah.
I wouldn't get
How they
into a
brought
build,
it
and
all
there's
back.
yeah, like oh they built this 5 months ahead of schedule.
Yeah.
I'm not getting in
That's
that tall
crazy.
ass. No
Never.
way.
Never.
The tallest building I've been is the one in Chicago. Actually, that one where like you can like stand up and like they do the sky.
Oh,
So I
yeah,
did
fuck
that.
that.
I didn't look down. Like we were there for a convention, and like I had people with me. They're like, look down, look down. I'm like, no. Like I looked straight out, like I was Superman. Like there's no way I'm looking down.
Nah,
But that's the highest building I think I've personally like been in. I don't remember if there's anything higher than that.
I can't remember it for me.
But there's also two. I think there's two versions. There's that one which does the lean, like you'll lean down, and there's
Yeah, I
also
seen
one where I
that.
think you can like walk out. I didn't do the walkout one. I did the lean one, but they do it every day. Like everyone's just rotating. So I mean, it's a safe thing. I mean, I'm sure there's probably like safety protocols, but I'm like, this is some Final
Yeah.
Destination shit. Some
Oh
penny
yeah.
gets stuck, the gears break, the window
Yeah,
cracks.
man.
I'm falling.
A bird, something. Yeah, fuck that.
Yeah, but
What other movie? We seen Thunderbolts.
we did the new
Yeah,
Avengers. Great
yeah,
movie.
No Avengers. Yeah, yeah, man.
I'm really excited. I've been listening to a lot of the theories of
Man,
these
that's all I've been
second
watching
credit.
is theory videos, bro. Man,
And the cool thing is, as Marvel fans, and I also have to take it back to like, pre like COVID times when we were in lockdown, like that's when I really sat down and watched like Iron Man 1, 2, the whole shebang into like where we are
yeah,
now. This is the most excited I've been in a long time for like Marvel, especially after Endgame, because I mean they had some hit and misses with shows.
yeah,
But this is the most excited I've been with, okay, what could the storyline entail? Especially with, Robert Downey Jr. playing, Doctor Doom and like how's it gonna be and the big teaser,
yeah.
because
How
we
they
don't
gonna
know what
do it?
Fantastic Four is gonna do, but the theories are wild about, maybe it
Oh
is
yeah.
Doctor Doom, maybe it's, Reed Richards with some
Maybe it's the
mutants trying to
baby. Yeah,
the one theory about it being the mutants coming to 616, trying to like,
trying to
you
warn
know,
them.
trying to warn them or like, hey, this is all we got left in the universe. Like this is what we have to do. But
Yeah,
then it's like, well, they're supposed to have, you know, the what is it? Because they've already been spoilers out there where like it's going to be the mutants versus Avengers. The two worlds
right.
are going to collide finally. Secret Wars is I think is what they're leading to. So no, I'm excited. I think this is and I didn't get to see the big ones in theaters back in the day because I wasn't as a massive fan as I am now. So I didn't get to
Gotcha.
see Endgame and in theaters. So I didn't
Yeah,
get to experience that.
I
So
seen that
being
bitch like
able
7 times.
being able to experience, I think, Secret Wars and then Doomsday in theaters
Oh
from the
yeah,
past that I have now and knowing the storylines, I think is going to make it that much more exciting. Um, but I did hear that they're going to limit to three. It's like three movies or four movies a year with two series, and they're focusing back on the quality and not necessarily the quantity. So I think Marvel fans can respect that.
yeah. I mean, you'll get those little jackasses that find anything to be mad about, to hate on, or whatever the case. But I think naturally everybody's excited. Definitely final destination. Fantastic Four coming. Man, I'm hyped. I'm so
Oh,
hyped
July.
about that.
Yeah, July is going to be. I think I don't want to say Hollywood's back. I want to say that I think there's some good movies coming out after probably 3 years of duds. I mean, I think besides Barbie back in what was it, Oppenheimer? I don't want to say Hollywood's back. I think it's going in the right direction because you and I are also on different spectrums of this. I don't like all the remakes of classic cartoons that we had as a kid that now are live action. You seem to be a big fan of them, but I mean, it's like I want a new story. Like when I go to a movie, I want a new story that I don't know of so much. And you can argue like Marvel people know the stories because it's like comics. Like you could literally read the plots, but you don't know where they're gonna go and like the twists. But if I've seen something in like animation, I'm not a big fan of just that. To me, that's a money grab. Like, oh, let's just redo it. Let's just redo it live action.
Yeah, I think with me is being a girl dad, boy dad, girl dad, whatever. I have my 6 year old. She's not wanting to sit down for these old ass movies and see all the nostalgia that we had
Mm.
and all that. Like, so it works for me and my family. That's why we got the movie pass. It's been some good movies, man. It's been some really good movies. Like, it's hard to make a blockbuster nowadays, but there's been some good movies, and with the summer approaching, obviously there's gonna be some bangers. There's some bangers on the horizon. Like, already got tickets to Jurassic Park.
Yeah, that's gonna be a good one. I think a big summer. I do think, like I said, I think Hollywood might be coming back, and
Yeah.
I mean it's tough. I mean streaming is always going to be the thing that I don't want to say like kills movies, but I'm also the type where it's like if it's not one I really want to see, I could wait until it comes up because I mean I have everything. I have Peacock, I have Netflix, I have Prime. Um, like for Superman Prime members, I need to get on there and get it. But there's an early screening for Prime members where you can get an early ticket, and I did it
Hmm.
once. I did that one time when Aquaman came out with the very first time, and I got to see it like 2 or 3 weeks ahead of time. I need to
Dope.
look at it and see. You and I need to try to see if we can get an early screening for
But yeah,
Superman.
yeah, that's gonna sell out fast for me.
Yeah,
Definitely.
that's coming. James Gunn. You know, I think that's
Yeah,
something
he
that
gonna do his thing.
I like. I like how he directed Guardians, and if this whole series, this whole universe touches that in a very small way, I think it could be massive. Because I still haven't seen the new Batman with Robert Patterson. I know, but I've just
Mhm.
been so out of touch with them because it's like, man, they suck. It's like some of the DC movies that come out kind of suck. Besides Aquaman, I haven't liked the DC movie in a long time.
Yeah, I've never seen Aquaman, so we're just the exact
Oh,
opposite.
Jesus,
Yeah,
you're killing me,
you know,
Smalls, is what they say.
uh, hey, mermaids are women to me.
Did uh the Bass Pro had mermaids at the aquarium, and my
Yeah,
son went with his grandma, and he absolutely loved it, mesmerized by the mermaids that were
Mackenzie
there.
went with her nana too. She went.
Dude, it
Yep,
was it was a pleasant surprise.
got
I
pictures
don't
with him.
yeah, same. I don't think we knew they were there, or at least grandma didn't, and he was just like he was like, "What's
Worked
that?"
out perfect.
Yeah, he's like, "Where'd they go?" I was like, "Oh, they
Yep.
got to go back. They got to go back. They're just visiting. They were just visiting." But yeah, it's been 4 weeks straight. So sorry, everybody. We have been, I don't want to say dropping the ball, just busy lifestyle. We started T-ball and we just had practice tonight. We have a game tomorrow. Dre, get this. Okay, man. 8 o'clock. We've already had an 8 p.m. game already. This is week three into it. But we have another one at 8. I'm like, these are 3-year-olds up to
That's
5. I mean,
crazy.
it's 3 to 5. I'm like, dude, what is the park
They got
association
that. Yeah,
doing?
they crazy. Eight
Because
o'clock.
I'm
That's
like,
nuts.
our practices are 5, which is fine because I mean, pick them up, get off work a little early, take
Is it
them.
indoor?
No, it's outdoor.
Wow.
There's only one park here that has baseball fields that they play at, and I know there's like I think the web email said like 900 participants, so there's kids from all ages, obviously, through the whole town.
Mm,
But I'm like, okay, at least put from like 5 to 7 or 3, 4, and 5-year-old kids. Those 5, 6, 7, 8, whatever. Those are your late games because dude, come on. I'm also you gotta get him to bed, the bath time, and
got
everyone
work.
out there
Got
listening,
yeah,
like
all that.
a 4-year-old is gonna give you a harder time than a 6-year-old would of being like, I'm gonna go to bed.
Yeah, man. Yeah,
So that's been taking up at least the past month for us of getting in this groove of like sports parents. You guys have done it for quite some time with gymnastics, but um,
yeah.
I think it just takes time. I think as a parent,
Yeah, you get
understanding
into the
like.
flow.
And it's also weird because it's like, does he even want to do it? He says he likes it. He meets some. He's
Right.
got a couple friends already that he like loves to go see. But like during game times, he's just digging in the dirt. I'm like, oh my god, man! Like
Yeah,
more he
it'll
had
take
dirt in
some
his
time.
hair, and I'm like,
Yeah,
oh god. I mean, he's 4 in 2 months,
but
so
it's
it's like
good. Yeah, it's
he's
good.
getting there.
It's
But
finally. Yeah,
I'm also like, do I want to put myself through this? Do I want to deal with getting the snacks or? And Dre, I think I told you I also am I'm a helping assistant coach. I'm not the
yeah.
coach. I decided to help assist because if I'm already going to be there, I might as well like help.
Do
Make sure I
something, yeah.
keep an eye on my son and then like help. And it's been cool seeing some of these kids like progress. Like there's one little girl on the team, very, very shy in the beginning, would always have to have her mom. Now she comes up at practice, takes her swings, does her things. Like it's nice seeing these kids get out of their comfort zone. And really that's
Yeah,
what these
man.
team sports are meant for these little guys. But
Yeah.
it's also like, man, I gotta the game times. Okay, did you bat? Did you do this? Stop doing that. Stop hitting them. Stop throwing dirt. Like, oh my, like
Yeah,
you
discipline.
teachers out there, thank you. Like I don't know. Like that's your
Yeah,
everyday
y'all deserve
life.
to get paid more, you teachers.
Nah, teachers
But that's
deserve.
a whole different.
No, we can go into that. This is a free. We're just kind of
Yeah.
free. Whatever comes to mind. But I do think my mom was an educator, Dre. I can't remember if you knew that or not. She taught for
Hmm.
like 30 plus years, retired at the Missouri State Teachers Association. Had a good pension. Unfortunately, she's no longer with us, but she enjoyed it. And uh, she was always an advocate for teachers, and I've been an advocate. Like I understand my mom did it her entire life, and I saw the hard work she did. There were some
Yeah,
people that didn't
man.
even graduate because of my mom. Like they would not have graduated if my mom did not help them. And when I say my mom went above and beyond, like she would literally. So she, some schools, I don't know how you know. Springfield classifies it, or your local school classifies it, but where my hometown was, it was called the at risk. So it was kids that were at risk of not graduating, that they
Hmm.
wouldn't have really normal classes. Like they would come in, do a computer program, like get all the work done at the computer, for reasons of like just disruptive of classrooms. Their home life was not really stable. So they
Yeah.
have to do this. And my mom was the one that was in charge of the department, right?
Yeah.
So they graduated because of my mom. Like Miss Miller was the fact of like, oh, thank
That's
you so
dope.
much for graduating. And when she passed in 2020, like there were students that I didn't even know was like, oh, thank you to your mom. And I was just like, man, okay, I'm like tearing up at the time. But
Hmm.
yes, teachers, I truly think teachers, if our system, if our society wants to say like, teachers are students, and like, you just need to pay teachers a minimum of $75,000 of a max of like over six figures and make it the
Yeah.
most sought after job that you want. And you could truly be like, okay, no more of these standardized testing, whatever. It's safety. It's are these kids learning? Whatever. You can still test them for blue ribbon schools, whatever you want to do it. But I truly think if you like, okay, if a teacher's not getting the job done, I think teachers should be like have like you should go to school and it should be a very competitive environment instead of like we need teachers, please come help us. It needs to be like,
Yeah.
no, I want to be a teacher. I want to work in the best district, and I think every school should focus on that. And the other side of it too is um, parents just need to understand that like, these are teachers, not babysitters. And I think currently like when I was in high school, that was the mentality was the opposite. Like we had to respect teachers. Our parents would beat our asses if we did something completely inappropriate in school or said something wrong. And I feel like nowadays, like teachers are scrutinized for the most craziest things. So it's
Yeah.
like,
It's crazy because with the wife being in the school system, she's damn near a teacher,
hmm
and it's just there's too many teachers that are treating the job like it's just a everyday 9 to 5. Like if you're a teacher, you have to give a damn about about the students. You have to care about the students. That should be number one. It shouldn't be, oh, why is she not here? Why is she off today? Why? Don't worry about that. Worry about your class. Worry about what you got to do. You know what I'm saying? Like even with the principals, like you get principals that treat the job like it's a part-time gig, and they rather just be a representative of the school than the actual president of the school. Like, you know what I'm saying? The principal. Like, there's a lot, and there's too much cattiness going around. And I guess hey, I don't want to get too deep
yeah,
into it, but
it's
you
tough
know,
because like we're obviously not teachers. I grew up around teachers I mean, your wife knows it. I mean, she sees it probably firsthand. But it's one of those things too where it's like, yeah, teachers they're like, oh, you got the summers off, which like great schedule. I mean, if you could have like a whole month off of no work, you busted your butt for
yeah,
like 10 months, you deserve that. some teachers that I know, like when I worked over at Hammons Field through college, we had a lot of teachers work there during the summer because they just wanted an extra job. Like they're like, this is just extra
Yeah,
fun money. I have a month to do whatever. Um, but I do say, I don't know about this for every district, but knowing how my mom was, and like teachers' retirement is one of the diamonds like in the rough. Like it is one of the
yeah,
hardest things to find that they have great
definitely in
pensions.
Missouri. Oh
But
yeah,
I
boy,
think Missouri
yes,
is actually one of the best pension
one of
programs
the
for
best.
every
Yeah,
for teachers. And I know some districts are really good at paying their faculty.
yeah,
Um,
teachers and faculty, like anybody that
yep.
works for the districts. Yep.
But I know that's one of the things where it's like I didn't it's like when my mom told me when she retired like what she was getting, I was like, damn. I was like, she and you don't have to work. And
Yeah,
my dad gets it all now, you know, since she passed because the way that they have it set up. But um, yeah, so and the crazy thing is, I know my mom told me because right there when she passed in 2020, she didn't die from COVID related stuff. She had cancer prior to that, so it was kind of I don't want to say it's nice that she died, but like it was in February of 2020, so like before all that
yeah.
chaos and shit happened. But I do remember her telling me because it was it was the start of this whole issue that we're not really hearing so much of it anymore, Dre. But you know, at some time we were hearing about all the transgenders, about boys and girls going to the boys'
Hmm.
bathrooms and this and that. We haven't heard that so much lately. You know, I wonder why. I wonder if it's because people in power don't need it to fear tactic anymore. But the point I was trying to say was is she's like, yeah, I couldn't become a new teacher in this day and age because of all the things that were happening, because of all the
Yeah,
scrutiny, and because of all the
yeah,
he said, she said, you're allowing this to happen, you're not allowing this to happen. So she was like, I'm glad I was able to start teaching in the earlier time. And I
yeah.
truly, it's everyone's fault. I think it's everybody's fault. It's society as a whole of how we value education, and we complain that we're not meeting criteria is because it's just we've fallen victim of a trap of like we're not only do we have to go to jobs and we have to work 9 to 5 later than that, we have to have our kids be safe and learn, but we can't expect the teachers to raise our kids. And like, that's the one thing. So, I mean, that's a rant. I don't know how we got into this, but I just think teachers
No,
should
that's
be the most
good.
sought after job. I think if you want to become a teacher, you are probably one of the most empathetic people on the planet. And I applaud you, but I think we should reevaluate it and say if you want to be a teacher, it's the most coveted job in the country. You have to earn that job and keep it and, you
They
know,
gotta
prove that you
care.
have it. And it's the opposite. It's like, we need teachers, please pay us. Well, I had a friend from college that a very close fraternity brother of mine that he was a teacher out of college and he stopped teaching because he could make more money in personal training. He's like, I could
Yeah,
be a personal trainer and make more money and have a
literally.
a
Yeah.
little more freedom. And I was like, damn. So we went and yeah, I was yeah. So it's just one of those things, you know. It's I don't know. Speaking of education, though, you're mentioning about one of your friends was saying about going to school closer to you because of selling something. Like if you're, what was that? What were you talking about? You guys
Oh, we
live
were
in a
just talking.
district, but like you go to a different district or something. You're mentioning something
I
about
don't remember. Oh, just talking about, just, my 6 year old and, we're, looking to buy a house, in the next however long. And just thinking about the districts and, what's going on over here, Willard, what's going on in Nixa, what's going on in Springfield, what's going on in Republic. And for y'all that don't know, those are the places out here where we live at, Missouri. But just certain different factors that go into it all. And that's all, it's a lot of different things that go into it, man. And a lot of people don't want to talk about that. But me personally, I gotta talk about the issues that go on. And, you know, uh obviously I'm black. So my
you
daughter's
are?
black. So
I didn't realize
yeah,
that,
it's
Dre.
crazy, right? But I just didn't wanna at some point she's gonna have to deal with the race thing, you know what I'm saying? And I'm like, I want her to be around people that look like her. And,
Hmm.
she can still deal with the same problems, but just let me know that we made the right decision. I mean, and then maybe we might make the wrong decision. As a parent, you make wrong decisions sometimes, but that's all. But then sometimes you get friends or people that are close to you that say like, "Oh, well, I raised my kids right." Well, you're my friend, so I know that. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not worried about you or your kids, but talking about little Jimmy or Billy over there, or
Yeah, the people
you
you have
know,
no clue how they're raising their children, if
exactly,
it's and how they're
exactly.
fueling it. I get that. And I will never understand what that's like. You know, I'm white, so my family's white. So
Yeah,
it's one of the things where in South Missouri, it's weird. Southern Missouri, Dre, I don't know how you feel, but I mean I think it is predominantly white, but there's a mix of culture down here. I mean, I don't
oh, absolutely.
yeah. You'll
Yeah,
see it in you'll obviously see it in more parts than others. The north side of Springfield is, it's kind of segregated. I think you don't get the less resources and the way Springfield's also there's like it's the largest district in Missouri, so it's a massive school district. Um,
massive.
and I think the Hillcrest, I think, is the high school name. And based on the other high schools, I don't think it gets the most funding. So I mean, like you're already seeing like a I don't know. I could be wrong on that, but I think it's like also like the money's also in the middle of the where you got the Kickapoo, there's Glendale, so it's like that's where the money funnels into, which is where the more expensive places to live in the areas are, which
Exactly.
also is
I
a thing
goes.
and so we don't live my family doesn't live in the city limits, so we live in one of those suburbs you mentioned, and we live in it's one of the safe it was made the top 10 safest cities in Missouri, Dre. So Nixa was
Yeah,
one of the top 10 safest ones, and when you talked about school, like that's why we live here is because the school is such highly rated in the state, in the area. It's the top rated one in the 417 area, but we pay for that. So my taxes are freaking nuts. So when you're
yeah.
talking about what things go into it, when you're trying to buy a house, I mean, that's one thing. School districts, violence, community, everyone in Springfield, though, I mean, it's a good part of, I mean, I don't feel unsafe in Springfield anywhere. I mean, I'm sure there's
No,
places you don't want to go, but all the suburbs are fine. There's not one that's like terrible.
yeah. I guess it's all about what you're looking for. I mean, because you get in the suburbs, you get the opioids. You know what I'm saying?
I
You
mean,
get
you're gonna,
the
yeah.
the kids that are getting guns when they're 6 years old. You know what I'm saying? Hey, and I ain't got no problem with it. Whatever. But let's talk about football.
Okay.
The schedules came out. You see my shirt. The
Yeah.
greatest team ever, the
They
greatest
also, the
organization in NFL.
I don't know about that because they also voted to go ahead and continue with the tush push rule. They're one of the teams that decided to go along with the Eagles
Hey,
and not ban
because
it.
Drake May might have to use it this year. So on our
That's the
way
only
to
play
our
you guys are,
seventh
that's the
Super
only play
Bowl.
you guys are gonna get off because the
You know what I'm
Patriots
saying?
suck.
I'm
Um,
telling you, 11, hey, 11-6, 11-6 this year. You heard it here first.
I don't know. The Chiefs have both a Thanksgiving and a Christmas Day game, so it's like for folks around here, big Chiefs fans. I grew up in St. Louis. Obviously, I do like the Chiefs. Wasn't born a Chiefs fan, but I have liked the Chiefs for some time. The It's nice that we get these games, but I'm also like, damn man, now I have to make sure I have Netflix at the time to watch this Christmas game, and why can't I just get like a standard like?
Do
Why
you
can't it be
not
the
have
Cowboys?
Netflix?
What?
Do you not have Netflix?
No, I do, but it's just the fact that like I
Oh,
have to have it to watch it. Like it's not on
oh,
Fox or
well, you got
CBS or
it.
whatever.
Hey,
Yeah, but it's the
who
concept
has
to me of
Fox and CBS?
no, everybody does like that. You could get
Well,
that.
we cut cable in 2019, bro.
Well, you could get. I think it's free. I'm pretty sure if you got one of those old school bunny ears, those little antennas,
Ah,
you can get.
antennas, gotcha,
Yeah,
gotcha.
you can get Fox and CBS or some channels or whatever, for free. But it's just the principle to me, Dre. It's the fact that like I have to make sure I have Netflix. If any budgeting happens, like no, I gotta have it because of this and that, and better not
It's funny.
fucking buffer.
It's funny because like when your son and my daughters are older, they ain't gonna know the concept of like cable and all that. They just gonna know streaming and maybe it'll come back. I don't know, but it's like if say cable comes back, then they're gonna be like, wait, the concept of having just one thing where everything's at, that's crazy to me. Like, you know what I'm saying? That's gonna be.
The
I
the
think about shit
commercials
like
were
that.
the commercials were always a thing for me, but now everything's like, oh, you got ads unless you want to pay, so we just keep the ads. So now they get some commercials, but it's the same
Yeah,
freaking commercials, the same every freaking break. So it's like they're watching the same stuff,
everywhere.
and it's like, oh, I want that. Like, let me get that. Like, no, like
Yeah.
you don't need that. And but no, we had to watch through all the crappy commercials. But anyway,
You said the
yeah.
Cowboys. I think the
But yeah, I
Cowboys.
was saying like why can't we just be the Cowboys and still suck, but always get a 325 primetime game on Fox? So it's like it doesn't matter if you're a Dallas fan. Hey, they're doing good in hockey right now. The Stars are in the
Yeah.
conference finals, so kudos to Dallas there. But the Cowboys, they suck ass. No offense
I
to
think the
anybody.
Cowboys, no offense to them, the Cowboys, people watch them. I think more people watch them to lose now than to win because they got their fans, but a lot of people want to just see them lose.
It's also because Jerry Jones, I think, is a complete raging idiot. It's like probably the second
Yes.
oldest white American male in our country that I think
And
is
his,
dumb.
yeah, yes.
So there's one that's way higher to me that I think is more dumb than he is. But you can't be an owner and a you can't be an owner and a general manager and try to no, like you're an owner, hands off. Also, news, it's very sad for the Colts organization. Their owner died today at 65. That was
Jim Irsay,
so
Wild Boy Irsay.
that's sad news for the Colts fans. I know Indianapolis was really trying to do a turn of the tide, I guess, to try to get him back in there.
I don't say, hey, my heart goes out to the organization, the fans, and the family. But I think try not to, I'm trying to be mindful, but I think the fans may be like, okay, what's gonna happen now? Because he kind of had them in a weird situation. Like he made a lot of decisions that the fans hated. So, you know, going back to Peyton Manning and then, shit like that. So,
The the Colts, I've never followed them too much. I watched the Pat McAfee show, so obviously they're in Indiana. They're in Indiana.
mhm. They
Former
got a
Colt,
beautiful
Colt for
stadium.
life. They talk about it all
I
the
went there in
time.
January or February.
So I've been to Lucas Oil. What's really cool about their stadium is, and like what I still think that majority of sports teams should strive for is that's a city-owned stadium, right? Like the city of Indianapolis
Hmm.
is owns it because now in our lovely state of Missouri, Dre, they're trying to figure out a way to keep the Royals and the Chiefs, where Kansas is like, no, come on our side.
Yeah, Kansas
And
trying to get him.
the issue to me that I love sports. I hands down love sports, but I will never fully be behind the fact that an owner wants tax breaks. I think if the city truly wants to invest that and make sure that they're getting the revenue, they're getting the jobs, they're getting the spotlight, that they themselves, as the city, the taxpayers own that stadium and not the owner. And
Oh,
that's
you want
why,
to do it like Green Bay?
yeah, because and like Lucas Oil, where that stadium belongs to the city. Renovations, anything in that, so that when football's not around, they, what I'm talking about. So like they can do
Yeah,
all
yeah,
kinds of
yeah.
stuff. But the stadiums that are like, oh no, like I'm gonna build this. I want multi-million dollar tax breaks. I want this. I want that. I want that. I can't ever get behind that because I'm like, you're already making billions of dollars. The NFL is the most valuable probably in the world, I would think. I mean, I'm sure like hockey and rugby, maybe in other parts of the world, but
Soccer. Yeah,
yeah, the NFL just makes a lot of money, and as an owner,
yeah,
you're one of 32 billionaires essentially that you are asking for something that I truly like. No. So like when the Rams left St. Louis, did it sting? Yes, but I'm like, if this is what it like St. Louis stood their ground like we are not doing this. Like we are not
yeah,
truly doing that. And yeah, it did suck. And he did build everything himself in LA because he knew like that was going to be where he was going to
yeah.
get his money back.
It's real money. Yeah,
And I saw something too about Cleveland's mayor was like, there's more important things in our city right now than trying to figure out a way to keep the Browns here. Part of me can respect that because I'm like, I think right now, these sports teams make too much money. And again, I love sports. I don't want anyone to think that I hate sports. I love it. But I also am understanding that like you can't always bankrupt cities and make tax money that could go to other important things because you want a nicer, bigger, better stadium because you have to have the best and the best and the best. and making people pay for it that might not even go to the games. You might live in the town, the county, and you have to pay taxes on it, and you don't give a shit about the
Yeah,
sport, but you have to pay
that's
for
the
it.
and that's just and that's how the way the cookie crumbles. I hate to be on the other side, but that's just how it goes. It
No,
goes
I
back
get
to
it, Dre.
where
It is,
when
but
like the players get 50 million a year, or they don't want to take a pay cut from the billionaire, but hey, it's like the billionaire, they want their arena. They got to figure
I
out,
know.
are we gonna pay for it out of our pocket, or we're gonna make the people pay for it? It's like,
And 9 out of 10 times it's the people because it comes down to like the revenue and Missouri's
yeah,
just like well this and that
tough.
like fuck them, man. If they go to like it's Kansas City, who gives a shit if you
It's
drive
just
10
over.
minutes across the border, like across the state
Exactly,
line? But I
exactly.
think it's like, oh, we want him in this in Missouri. I'm like, then the Hunt family who bought the team probably for like $15,000.
Easy.
Build yourself a new stadium, dude. Don't ask for like you're probably besides the Patriots, I would think, in the Cowboys,
You got
one
some
of the
money,
most valuable franchises right now. So it's like you have the money. People are watching you. You're getting these spotlights. Spend the money, man. Like you're
but
also getting players
they've
every offseason in trouble from something. I'm pretty sure every wide receiver for the Chiefs has been like detained this offseason for something. So it's like keep yourself off the books that way. But that's just a tangent, Dre. I still rock St. Louis football. I have my Battlehawks Cacall. They are actually in the XFL Conference Championship this week.
okay.
If they
Hopefully
go
they
to the
do all right.
championship, it's played in St. Louis. It's played at the Dome. So if they
Mm,
go, if they beat DC, I will be going to St. Louis to watch and hopefully
okay.
them win it in St. Louis because St. Louis is the biggest crowd in the UFL. Best
Is it
stadium,
just
like
one
you literally.
game?
It's two. So they have the conference championship. You have the USFL, the four teams that came over, and you have the four teams from the XFL merger. I think it's like the it's DC and St. Louis for the XFL, and then I think you got the Panthers and I'm drawing a blank on the other USFL team, and then the winners will go there. So yeah, it's a two game playoff pretty much, 1 game playoff for the championship.
Mm.
8 week season. Nothing super crazy, nothing super long. It's a good time if you guys, if anyone out there is from the area that are going to a Battle Hawks game. Really affordable tickets, atmosphere of the dome. I got to see the Rams play in the dome back in the day, so very similar concept. A lot of
Is that
fans for
Value
big
City?
games. What?
What they call it now? Value City? Is it Value City Arena?
No, it's the Dome of America Center or Dome
Dome
at
Arena.
America
Okay,
Center or
I didn't
something.
know.
But it's a good time. And when I Battlehawks first were there, it was massive, 30,000. I haven't looked at the average attendance for this year, but if they go to the championship game, because it's going to be play, it was played in St. Louis last year, but we weren't in it. You can get 40,000 people probably because St. Louis
Mm,
wants to prove to the NFL like you took a team from us that like probably never should have. Um,
yeah,
they just stood their ground as the city was like, we're not giving you this money. So
yeah.
it's like, I get it.
NFL trying to get some more money too with this with the Olympics.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
They're
I
trying
think
to
I also, for the people out there, you could be on, I think Dre and I are also on polar opposites of this. I don't think an NFL player, and this goes back to what the Olympics were originally. I don't think if you're a professional athlete, and basketball, Dre, might be something different because the USA dominates basketball in the Olympics and has been, but the competition's getting much, much better. I think in foreign countries that we've come
hmm
to see, because didn't we lose, right, in uh like a play-in game this past Olympics, right? Didn't like the
uh-uh,
U.S.
uh-uh.
No, was it a couple?
No, it was
I
like a couple years back,
That's what it
maybe the
was, and then
last.
okay,
Yeah,
but
but
I
but
don't
yeah,
think the NFL players should play flag football. It's
why is that?
So if you read about it and you understand the difference, there's a lot of flag football players now that are like kind of professional in the way of like their world, and they've said like it's a different sport. The way you play it, the way everything is set up, because you have to play both sides of
The
the ball, right?
lateral, the
Yeah,
yeah,
and you have to play both sides for on the roster. So you're thinking of some football players that you're like, okay, who could be O line but also can rush? Who can besides Travis Hunter, like who can play quarterback and who could play wide receiver and who can play corner? So you have to really think both sides. There's also the risk involved of like basketball is one thing, football you're
it's still
making
risk.
the risk every sport, but I just think like let
Eh,
people that play the sport at a high level, let them have their fame, let them have their time to represent their country. And it's again like I love sports. There's certain athletes that I admire and respect, but then there's people that I'm like, dude, I don't give a shit who you are. Just because you're fast and you caught a ball and you might have had some privilege growing up of being at the right, whatever it may be, don't be like, everyone's really like, oh, Jalen Hurts is going to be the quarterback. Let him try out. If he makes it, he makes it. But I'm pretty sure like there's quarterbacks in flag football that will probably give him a run for his money. Best man should win, but I truly just don't think like what do they need to do it for, man? Like obviously you want to play for your country, but
to
it's
put it, yeah, yeah, exactly. That's it. Hey, to play for my country.
but do you
92,
think that you should get
that's what the NBA did, put the college players out, you got to try out. We got Jordan, we got Magic, we got Bird, we got all the Leitner, it's like the Jets from Minnesota, Jefferson. He's like, I want to play for my country. I want to win a gold medal. Like, I'm like,
but
hey,
now do you just hand them a position or are you gonna be like, no, these are the rules and we're gonna have the best players
well, have to play by the rules, obviously, but if they make the team, then hey, it's okay. So there's a 3-on-3 in the Olympics right now, like men's and women's. There's 3-on-3 basketball, and to be a part of the team, you have to be you like they have like a year-round thing leading up to the Olympics. You have to be on the team for so long. So if they make rules like that, then obviously not just anybody can be on the team because you're not owners aren't going to let their players go. But if the rules are like the NBA is, where you can just have a tryout and these are the people that are invited, then hey, I would love to see it. And then I would love to see, okay, we send the best of the best and they get their ass whooped. Then okay, we need to when it was come 20, what it be, 2032, then we'll have to regroup and figure it out. So,
I
but I
just
don't think we're gonna see,
it's just like it's one of those things to me where it's like, yeah, society has evolved where it's like, okay, I want this, I want that name, household name, but man, the Olympics, Dre, back in the day were people playing sports for fun and pride and then going to their day job. And now it's like, no, people are playing these sports, going home with their chefs and their coaches and their trainers and this and this and this and that and this and that. So it's like, yeah, you want to play for your country, but there's people out there that are like, can play the sport at a very high level, could have a chance
there
at pro.
are.
Again, it's circumstantial stuff of like where you were in life, what was your opportunities ahead, what school did you go to, did your parents invest in the time and effort, did you have the college recruits, whatever it may be. But it's like just because you're an NFL powerhouse player, I don't think you'd be like, this is the team. All these people out here, all these analysis tweeting, this is who I love. Man, shut up. Let people try out. Let these people
Hey,
that play flag football have their time to shine against it. I would love if someone's like picking off Hurts backing his flag or being able to not let Tyreek Hill catch a ball if the dude's not in jail. Did you see that video of him like holding his baby off the? This might have been
yeah, I seen it.
fabricated. Did you see that? Anyway, but it's
Yeah, I don't
like,
know if it's AI, but
yeah. Anyway, that's my 2 cents on it, Trey. I think if you're gonna put a sport in the Olympics, and that's for every sport, man. Like golf makes it. Golf is one of the weird sports where it's like to be on the Olympic team for the U.S. It's different than like all the other countries like how they have it, but you have to compete at that high level. Just because you're like
just like
it's
the 3-on-3 tournament I was talking about, you
yeah,
gotta,
and that's what I'm saying.
there's
So
certain
there
rules.
these tryouts have to be, I'm curious to see, and I would love to see if it's televised if they're gonna do
But
tryouts for this.
you said like back in the day, I mean, Jake, you like 30 something. If you talking about 60, 70 years ago, man, fuck out of here with that, man. If we get, I'm not rooting against USA. Hey, that's the only time I'm not black. I'm just an American. You know what I'm saying? That's the only time they don't say African American or black. That's the only time I'm an American. So,
Yeah,
hey, USA, USA. Damn it.
it's
Yeah.
anyway. Good segue. the rumors of the fact that maybe FIFA pulls out of the World Cup for the United States coming up. Did you hear about those rumors?
Yeah, man. What is up with that, man? Is it your boy?
And my boy,
Is it because of your boy?
bro, nah, man, it's what we call the fact that we have very incompetent leadership right now, trying to steer us in a fear-driven society. And if you don't look like me, you're a bad person.
Yeah,
No
man.
offense, like that's just what it
No,
is.
that's what it is. It's cut and dry.
So you have people. We are literally gonna have hundreds of thousands of people from all parts of the world try to come into our country. And the way that we are currently, as a country, doing things, people don't want to get detained, Dre. So
Yeah,
it's
I'd be
like,
scared. I'd be scared if I was one of these
and
countries, man.
some of the best soccer countries in the world are south of the border, very, what you would say, brown in
Yeah,
color.
Mexicans. Yeah,
So what do you like? You got to wear like a special T-shirt, like, please, I'm with the
shit
World
is
Cup
crazy.
team. So it's
Yeah.
like, hey, there's rumors that they might move it to Europe or just not give it to the States, and it's like I'm also very disappointed because I was like, hell
Oh
yeah,
man,
Kansas City,
I'm on the
Atlanta,
email list,
go get tickets, once in a
man.
lifetime probably opportunity.
For
That
real.
could be pulled away from me for something that I did not want in my entire
I
life. So,
literally already got permission from the wife, everything.
oh,
Like,
I
you
yeah,
know how hard
so.
that is?
And for any, people can say what you want. I have my arguments and I have my morals and my beliefs on certain things, but would it suck? Yes. Do I understand it? 100%. Like,
Oh yeah,
I 100% understand it as someone that's like against what's going on right now, and the fact of like, okay, this isn't probably, the smartest way or the safest way or the way that makes America look like the golden age America that we want to try to be. I would, yeah, I would not come
yeah,
here as if I was someone trying to come to a game and try
yeah.
to
It's gonna be
here's my
shitty, man.
passport, here's this, here's that, try to leave. Hey, we need you to step out of line, sir. You don't know what's gonna happen.
Hell, we got the Olympics here, 2028 too. It's like
Oh, Dre, by that time, I'm hoping, I'm vibing that
we
maybe,
might have a dictator by then.
bro. Do we have one now? Like, do we have one now?
Not quite yet, not quite yet, but
Ah, man, it's time.
by then, man, I don't know. We'll see, man.
It's
We
uh, it's wild. It's a wild time that
where we at
I
on time?
uh. Are you talking about like time for the we're at podcast or the time in life?
Yeah.
Because
No, it's podcast time.
we're at 48 minutes. We rocking.
Oh, cool, cool.
But I'm just like, I don't want to be a political podcast. Obviously, people are going to hear our opinions on this because not everything is black and white. This is the customary. This is our culture. This is how we're being
Yeah.
raised. This is how our morals are being shaped up. It is
Gotta talk about it sometimes.
when you and people also just won't care if that happens. They're like, I don't care if Eva's not here. Okay,
Yeah. A
but
lot of people,
you
yeah.
you talk about you talk about you want money coming in the country, you want American job growth, you want people to spend the dollar. That's not going to happen. The World Cup brings in probably multi-millions, if not probably billions of dollars in
Billion.
travel and hotels and local cities and all the
In
major
what?
cities. You're not going to have that.
2 months?
Yeah, look, you're not going to have that, like, because no one wants to come to America right now. And
Yeah, man.
I get it. I get it. And if you're someone listening that thinks the opposite, man, drop a comment, message us, tell me I'm wrong, back it up.
Yeah, we'll get you on
I'll
the
might
pod.
I'll call you a dumbass because you're probably gonna have some bullshit excuse, but that's just how it is, man. I don't
But
know.
we'll get you on the pod. I wanna hear your views. Because we
I
need the
might be I
likes
might
and the dislikes.
Yeah, and unlike certain people, I'm not gonna call you a fake. Oh, you're with NBC? That's fake.
You know, that's how it goes, man.
Oh,
What about my boy what about my boy Belichick?
the dude that pulls a 24-year-old.
Hey,
God,
I ain't saying
that
I'm with it, but
bro,
that's
Billy
life.
Billy be going crazy right now. I honestly like
Yeah,
him better
they're
as like outside the Patriots. I think he's living his best life right now.
yeah, because he divorced his wife in like '06 or something like that. She was his age. He was tired of her ass.
Now, do you read into it? Like, do you know about the his girlfriend Jordan, I think is her name,
Yeah,
like about their
I
business
only
relationship?
yeah, I only hear and know what's been put out. I heard about she owns like $8 million worth of property now, and this, that, and the third, and she's controlling a lot of things with him. I hope his mental is there. I hope he's good, but if he's good, I mean, he's just making some decisions that a lot of his family don't agree with, and but sometimes you got to make those decisions, man. I mean, but damn, that boy, he living crazy. He living,
I think he's got a good camp around him though. I mean, people that he
yeah,
brought over to UNC, I think are trustworthy that he's grew up with, like just in the realm of coaching. I think if he wasn't mentally there, I think someone would probably tap him on the shoulder. Plus, his son is on his staff, right? Like his son works
yeah,
really close with him.
yeah. I
Um,
mean, and a fair trade ain't robbery. Talking about with the woman, a fair trade ain't robbery. So, hey, he getting what he want, she getting what she want, and the rumors are they're engaged. So, hey,
oh, Billy, Billy boy.
yeah, man, you know, get it how you get it.
The other big news in NFL fanatics was Brock Purdy finally got his extension, so that's good news.
Hmm.
I don't know if
So,
they over. I have a hard time paying quarter. I don't pay him personally, but I just have a hard time giving quarterbacks the
hmm.
big money unless they've proven something, which he might have. He was a rookie, took him to the. But
Hey, last pick in the draft, he done went to the Super Bowl. He lost, but he went to the Super Bowl. Won more games in the playoffs than Dak Prescott. He makes 60 million a year. So, I mean, I got to give it up to him, man. It shows that if you're picked last, you can still be good enough.
oh, that's the thing, and that's the thing we talked about on the last, during before the NFL draft was like Shador fell at a very, very low, whether it was Dion or whether it was way he acted in meetings. I don't think it matters where you drafted at. I truly think players drafted later in the draft end up having better careers because you don't have that like, oh, you have to produce, you have to be this, you have to be great. And yeah, I think that's what probably did it for him. And also the system getting drafted and that's part of like, a Cleveland
Yeah.
issue or
I mean,
what
hey,
Carolina had. It's like, yeah.
hey, if Tom Brady wasn't drafted to this system, he wouldn't be Tom Brady.
Yeah,
So,
it's
you
also
know,
just they rush yeah, there's a lot of things that go into it, especially in football. I mean, different every sport's different. Baseball's got the farm leagues with the different, AAA, double A, and then
yeah.
hockey's also got a farm system, and then basketball's a little weird to me because you got the G League, right? But then you also can go straight out of 1 year out of college, so it's like,
Hmm.
um, I also want to get your thoughts on the facts, the rumors of, oh,
Ooh,
every
excuse
big
me.
blockbuster trade happens, that team gets the draft number one pick when their percentage is really low. It happened across like unanimously for some big names. Uh, then you got Dallas trades Luca, gets the number one pick. Cooper Flag probably is more than likely going there. Um,
Yeah.
that draft system, can you explain it, Dre, to people? Because like I also don't know it 100%, but I'm sure people don't
So
really get it.
how it used to be, like, say you got the worst record in the league, like in NFL, you got the worst record in the league. That's guaranteed the first pick. It used to be like that in basketball. Well, not necessarily. It didn't used to exactly be like that. It used to have a percentage. It was like 14%. And then the second worst was 12 or something like that. But now it's like 6%. Then the lottery is from 1 to 14, or is it 1, yeah, 1 to 14, and it's percentage based. So uh I forget who had the worst record, but anyways, they ended up getting like sixth or seventh. It's just how the way the cookie crumbled. But I think there's some fugazi funny business in the NBA. I think it's always been like that. And hey, it is what it is. Another one of those it is what it is moments, because you had Patrick Ewing, he went to the Knicks. That's when they said it first started. And then the rumor has it David Stern asked Shaq, did he want to go somewhere on the West Coast or the East Coast? He said the East Coast. Orlando got him, and then you get the Spurs. David Robinson got injured a year. He broke his leg or foot or something. They got Tim Duncan, and then 2003, 2002, 2003, Bron stayed home in Cleveland, and then you had I think it was '09, 2010. Derrick Rose stayed home in Chicago,
Yeah. So
Dallas.
yeah.
So
So you say there's something, someone's behind it. Like, what do you want? Let's cook the books
yeah,
a little bit.
man.
Let's
I
get the
mean,
fans something.
yeah, because at the end of the day, if we don't know what Cooper Flag is going to be at the next level, but if he was to go to Charlotte or Washington, it's like, they haven't done nothing and they're not bringing any, you know, the revenue isn't coming in for them. So I'm not saying it's right. I'm just saying that's how it's been. And we'll see. I mean, like he ain't a guaranteed, but he's nice. Yeah, that boy's nice.
The
We'll see though.
the other thing I wanted to ask you about on basketball topics was, how do you feel about seventh year straight that there's a new champion, right?
Hmm.
A new team in the finals that can win it. Do you think that's a good thing for basketball? Or do you think it's a bad thing? But there's like not a dominant team like it has been like in the 90s, early 2000s, or do you like the fact that there's a new opportunity, a new face of the NBA every year?
I think it's good. I think if we were talking maybe like 20, 10 years ago, a couple decades ago, it wouldn't be good for the ratings because
Hmm.
people 60s, 70s, 80s, they were so used to dynasties,
Hmm.
Celtics, Lakers. And this is another fact. This is the first Western Conference Finals since '96 that does not have a Texas team or a California team.
Saw
First
that.
time
That's awesome.
since '96.
Yeah.
That's crazy. I was like, what? That blew my mind.
No,
But I think it's good.
yeah, and besides from the Knicks, I like the fact that it's kind of smaller market teams, right? Thunder, Pacers,
Yeah.
T-Wolves, you can I don't know. I mean, Minnesota's a pretty big city,
No,
but it's like
they're
it's
small. Yeah, but they're a
yeah.
smaller market when it comes to basketball.
So it's
Like,
besides, if it wasn't for the Knickerbockers, which I love the name Knickerbockers, I don't know why they just call themselves
yeah,
that. I think it's good. I think it's nice. Like I obviously Thunder is really close to us, 2 hour drive. That's the only basketball teams I've ever been to when I lived in Oklahoma. So part of me roots, and you know this, part of me roots for Ant-Man because I love Anthony Edwards. I love him as a
yeah.
person. But then it's like, okay, I like Oklahoma City because like I lived there for a bit, went to a couple games. But it's like, okay, I also like Halliburton. I like Indiana. I think that's pretty cool for the Pacers to finally get back on the map of the NBA. So it's like there's three
Hmm.
teams where it's like, okay, I wouldn't mind it. The Knicks, I probably hope they don't win just because it's New York, right? And Knicks fans are, you got Spike Lee and all that
They
stuff that's like a
crazy.
lot in your
Yeah, they
face. So
crazy.
it's like I could care less if the Knicks win. So it'd be cool to see one of those three teams win. Just like it was when the Bucks
Yeah,
won. Like Milwaukee winning a NBA championship was wild to me.
yeah. They just faded to obscurity. So, but yeah, man, it's gonna be a good one. This Final Four is really good.
Yeah, I
Knicks
think it's
blew a
good.
17-point lead tonight. Knicks blew that 17-point lead. Man.
In
So
basketball, that's hard to do too, Dre. I mean, I'm no professional. I played when I was a little kid, but I feel like 17 points in basketball, giving that up is pretty hard to do.
it was hard, but Nimhart, I think his name is, he hit like six threes in the last 3 minutes. He went crazy, so forced it to overtime. So
That's
you
nuts.
make
That's
them
nuts.
threes, it's a make or miss league. So
How was your we had Mother's Day not too long ago. Did you guys enjoy that?
yeah, it was cool, man. I got her some gifts, some things she wanted, and what did we do? Oh, she didn't want to do much. We went to church, came home, she got a little, foot massage. That's a daily. Just hung out, cooked some steaks on the grill, and mother-in-law came over, so we hung out with her, and my brother-in-law came over too. We just hung out, and Kicked it, man. She got another foot massage that night, which is like I said, she get that every day. So hey, I got a
Uh,
foot fetish, people. Hey, I love my wife's feet. Hey, breaking
oh,
news.
I hope I can't wait for her to hear this episode. Um,
I hope your wife here too, because you need to get your hands working, my boy.
Hey, speaking of, I was waiting for you. Speaking of foot massages, so my wife asked for them regularly. I don't mind doing them, like it's fine.
Hmm.
But for her birthday, I bought her like this really nice foot massager. Like I'm talking nice. So she uses that every night, Dre, and it's
Oh,
like
okay.
so she's sitting, she could move it around, where's the desk working, watching TV. It's got three
Okay.
modes, heats, compress. I'm like, that's the best gift I probably ever got. So it's like
You have to send
she'll
me the
still ask.
link. I've tried that, but she like these hands.
Jay got we got magical fingers, baby. But I'm
Man, hey.
that was one of the things that we got for her birthday, so she absolutely loved it. But
Yeah, that's what's
I got
up.
her. We talk about not getting like material objects as much because it's like when we want something, we typically just buy it, right? I mean, it's
Hmm.
just how we're wired right now. And I was like, okay, what does my wife love that isn't like a material item? And she loves charcuterie. Like this woman loves her meat and cheeses, and she loves her olives.
Okay.
And so, if you guys haven't heard of the company Bordery, it was on Shark Tank. I just got, I don't want to say scammed. An Instagram ad got me. I was just looking around. It probably looked, I searched for something and it was like, hey, Jake, you should try this. Anyway, so I got Bordery, which was a nice Mother's Day charcuterie board, right? And overnighted it, packaged nicely. No, nothing against the company. Really good, like meat that they had in there. There was like three cheeses that I never tried that were fire, and then there was like candy pecans or something or walnuts that my wife loved and just ate the bag. I got one. She's like, "Oh, sorry, they're gone." But my point here is, she's like, "Oh," because like we talk about finance all the time. Like if I buy something, like I have my own credit card and like she's got hers, but like we tell each other like
Hmm.
what's on them. And I was like, "Oh, I got to pay the credit card today," and I told her how much. She's like, "Well," and she's like, "Wait, how much was that cheese board?" And I spent $140, Dre, on this
Hmm.
charcuterie board. She's like, you spent, and she was just like 140. She's like, you know how many blah 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 I could have got for $140. So I was like, okay, I get it. But
Use the
anyway,
reverse card, but it was for you, baby.
yeah, it was like it was good. We still got some cheese left in the fridge, but
That's what's
that's what
up.
we did, and went over to the in-laws, and yeah, so it was a good time, uh, relaxing, but yeah, meaningful gifts are always something that's kind of for kids. It's easy, something handmade, a picture, drawing that they can give to us, which just always melts your heart. But I feel like as husbands, it's like so tough to like find something for your wife or your partner, that that they don't already have, or they've mentioned it to you that you want, or that you can, and for me, it's always like something that she will say that she wants, but she never buys. And if I pick up on some
Hmm.
cues, I typically say that for like
Gotcha.
Christmas and like birthdays because it's like easy. That's but they're I don't know, but those are the things that are. It's one of those. Yeah, it's like, man, what do I buy?
Yeah, that's one of
What do I
my
get?
that's one of my topics I had in my phone, like uh meaningful gifts. Do they run out? To me, I'm in between because a lot of times when the wife wants something, like, she'll send me a screenshot, or if we're in the store, she don't want me to buy it now. I'm like, all right, I'll take a picture of it. I'll hit the heart on it, save it. But like, I've always tried to like the meaningful, like the thoughtful gifts. But I'm like, man, you want these shoes, you want this, like, what do you want? Like,
Hmm.
I'll just look at my phone and let's see what I got favorite. But yeah, man,
Yeah, it's for me.
it gets tough.
I'm like that too because like I said, I'll pick up throughout the year, from January to December, try to listen to like, oh, she sent me this link, she does this, and I'll save it, and then like I'll just end up getting it, and she'll tell you too is like anytime she gets me something, I always guess it because it's always like one or two things that I've been asking like, oh, this would be cool to have. So what does she get? One of those
Hmm.
things I said would be cool to have, and she like gets so mad, she's like, God dang it! But I'm like, I mean, I
Hmm.
I love it because like I've been saying I want
And
this.
yeah, I've been wanting it.
And
Yeah.
I just don't buy it because it's like I physically just don't want to like, do that like, oh, I don't want to spend the money type of thing.
Yeah.
But we try, I think we're on the path now where it's like we'd rather, especially with our son getting older, go on a vacation, do something fun, spend our money on like an experience a little bit. Because we've always never like
Yeah.
I think our two big I don't want to say two biggest regrets for two people, but like our biggest regret, and I don't want to speak for her, but like we've had conversations, it's like not traveling enough when we were like younger because we were always working, right? Like right out of college, got jobs, like work, work. We didn't, and it might be different
Hmm.
now because like when we graduated college, I mean it was, early I guess the tens,
Yeah.
2010s. So it was different, climate out there than it is now. I mean, you got kids graduating that are like traveling to fucking Europe and New Zealand and shit all the time, working like part-time jobs, which may because they can or may whatever it is, but we just didn't travel enough. We didn't do a lot of cool experiences
Yeah.
and with when we had our son, it was like also difficult with an infant, and now he's getting older. So like our goal is to like go on a Disney cruise before he starts kindergarten and one only vacation for us. Like, I guess it's like, depends who you ask. Is it a vacation or is it just watching your kid in another part of the country, technically? But hey, you don't have to cook, you don't have to clean. There's
No,
shit
it's
to
a
do,
vacation.
great
It's a
food.
vacation.
And so
We got
I
a
think that's
couple
kind of what
coming
we're
up
doing.
ourselves, man.
What are you
You
guys
still gonna
going?
buy the, you still gonna buy the material things, because like me and you, we both like shoes and little Funko Pops and shit like that. We gonna do that, but yeah, man, definitely gotta do the experiences with the family, man.
I'm
And
trying to get you two on a cruise with us. I'm trying to get you
oh,
to
you
get
never
on
get
a
me. Nah,
Dre, even if
nope,
I bought you like the suite, like if I was like,
nope.
I need the
Y'all can, you
penthouse.
can take them. You can take
Your
them.
wife wants to
I'm
go.
sure.
She wants
I
to
know.
go.
She gonna see this too. I'll make sure she see this clip. And I'm saying no again. I mean, we got an uncle in my family that books those cruises that can get us great deals, but like I tell him, nope. I'm scared of the water.
Dre, tell the people why you don't want to enjoy a relaxing vacation on a cruise ship.
I'm scared of the water, people. I'm not. Hey, I'm not going on a boat. Hey, and I watch Titanic too much. There you go.
The Meg, boat's going down.
The
Shark.
megalodon. No, the aliens. How about that? Now,
The
the aliens in the
aliens
water. Yeah, that's what they say the
of
aliens are for real.
Atlantis. You talking about shit under there? Oh God.
Hey, Aquaman. I don't want to see Aquaman.
Dude, if there's someone that can speak to fish, just come out and say it. Like, let me live in your underwater society. Like, I'm sick of breathing air. I want to breathe, whatever H2O, I guess. I guess it is oxygen, but whatever.
Right.
I don't know, man. We've also had a shit ton of bad weather out here too. So, you guys did get hit pretty hard. We didn't. We
Yeah.
had a couple of people around here, but South Missouri and like St. Louis this past
St.
week got,
Louis. Boy,
yeah,
boy, boy.
some of my friends up there didn't live quite in the area, had some hail damage. But yeah, St. Louis is pretty wrecked right now. And this
Yeah,
weekend for
man.
Memorial Day, which is coming up, is fucking another storms, another rain. Like we can't catch a break. And I got a damn roof
Uh,
leak, Dre. So it's like I can't get a new roof on this house. And insurance is like, it's a good roof. No, it's not. What are you fucking talking
people,
about? I
yeah.
got I got shingles blowing off in every windstorm we have. I got leaks running through my house. Not bad leaks.
Yeah,
I got buckets up
I got
there.
some car damage I gotta call insurance about.
See, car damage,
So
insurance companies, that could be a whole nother fucking topic, but I'm sick and tired of insurance companies, man.
them
Sick and
branches,
tired of
man, them
them.
damn branches falling. But the weather, man, it's been changing. We had that week where it was hot, man. It got real steamy out there, and I just
And we
got a
should have known, right then and there, we are about to get fucked with weather the
it's
next
coming
couple
right.
weeks.
But with that weather, it brought out it showed people's true colors, and this is a PSA. I'm gonna try to give one of these every now and then. The weather is changing. It's about to be summer. We can smell you. Wear deodorant. Come on, people. What's going on? Like y'all just not gonna wear deodorant? You're an
You,
adult.
are you,
Come on, man.
are you a Old Spice
It's
guy?
bad.
Are you Dove? What are you rocking?
What I got? Dove. Because it doesn't break out. It doesn't break me out. I can't wear
Hey, yo,
Old Spice.
Dove, if
That
it don't
shit.
break out, it's a good segue. Send us some money. I use Harry's. So that's a pretty good brand.
I've heard that. Yeah, I've heard that with the like the caveman dude on it or
Yeah, it's
the
got
what is
different. There's
it?
like different cave like animals, creatures on there, and I
Okay.
also use like the razors
Yeah.
and stuff. I don't shave too much. Obviously, I grow my beard out and I trim it, but when I shave, I use the Harry's razors. But it was one of the only ones that like older. I don't think I have a degree. I have degree in like my travel bag, like the small
Hmm.
one. But some deodorant would just like, I don't say chafe. I also don't like that white crusty stuff that you can get build up on your armpit hairs, if you know what I'm talking
Oh
about. And
yeah,
then
yeah, yeah.
sometimes some of it would just like, yeah, I feel like it was like chafing, almost like if your shirt was just like sucking like so tight.
Yeah.
And like, no, guys, I'm not fat. So like, that might be your thought process. No, I'm not. I don't have fat arms. I'm just saying like, I could have like, it just felt weird, but this I had no problem with Harry, so I like it. So I just kind of
That's
stuck with it ever
good.
since. Yeah, wear deodorant,
Yeah, man.
people. Especially if you're working the hot heat. Don't go to fucking McDonald's and step in front of me and order your Big Mac when I
It's
can smell
crazy. It's
your.
like you smell like a Big Mac. Come on now.
So I
That's
read a
crazy.
report. I read I don't know if it was clickbait. I didn't click into it. I just read like the headlines that something about our fearful leader Donald J. Trump. Apparently, his staffers can't stand the smell. Like he's just got BO, like old man BO. So I'm inclined
Man,
to
I know
believe
that's
that.
bad.
I'm inclined to believe that a little bit.
I'm sure it's true.
Oh man. All right, Dre, what else you got today, man? It's
Shit, man. Well, let me see
what
what
other
I got.
topics we got? Got some good stuff.
Mm,
I didn't know if you wanted
I,
to. We have a. You said something about. Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. Back on basketball. Back on the basketball kick, but for WNBA. Uh,
oh yeah, here we go.
the
I
the
got
lady
that.
that got me watching WNBA is someone from Missouri. She's a Mizzou alumni.
Hmm.
She played for Phoenix. She played for the Mercury. She's now with the Indiana Fever. She is probably one of the best things that's happened to basketball. Sophie Cunningham. So shout out to you because you are my wife knows. My wife knows. I'm like this.
Let's go. I like
Yeah,
that. I like that.
she knows. Fun fact too, she like was a spokesperson for a company called Champs Chicken, which is based in Missouri, and one of my good friends works there and told me she was coming on site for like a visit, and I was like, "Oh, we got some VIP ticks. Like, can we go meet? Like,
Yeah,
what's the
hell
deal
yeah.
here?" But anyway, she was in that lawsuit, and that the lawsuit was for people that don't know was she was accused of having sexual relations with the CEO of the Phoenix Suns, which was technically her boss at the time because of the way the WNBA and the NBA kind of interact.
Right.
And
He
I think it
owns
was just
both of them.
hearsay. Some guy got pissed. Some security guy got mad. He's like, "You hear about so and so's bleeping so and so?" And then it
Hmm.
was like just the perfect timing because she got traded to Indiana, which I believe was just to be
Yeah.
closer to family and like play for a different team. Like, oh, she got
But to
traded,
get
but
her out
then
of here, they
yeah, get her
got
out
it.
of here for
Yeah.
something happens. But it's like, and what the bad thing is, like, consensual is one thing, but this guy was like married and still is, and like that's a bad thing if that's the case.
It still can be consensual though.
Yeah, could be Dre, but the point is, he's married and his staff, his CEO, boss, blah blah blah. But
Yeah.
I am rooting for Sophia. I'm rooting that this lawsuit just gets dropped. Let her play ball. Let us. I am an Indiana Fever fan through and through. Let's play ball. So thank God. She's a good hooper, bro. She don't yeah, she good. So I'm just saying. Anyway, that was just one thing I brought up to your attention because I was like, I just need to set the record straight that whether she did or not, let her be. She's good for the sport. Okay, she's good for the sport.
Yeah, and she's on that. Hey, speaking of the fever, she's with Caitlin Clark. I
That's
mean,
why they got
hey,
primetime games,
she's
and
making
Lexi
a
Hall's
yeah,
on the team
man.
too. That the Fever's a
Yeah, they got a
pretty
squad.
solid. Did you? I
No,
need to
they got
send
a
you this
squad.
guy's
They
video on
could.
Instagram. I need to find him, but he does like he rates like the NFL teams, the NBA teams, like wives and girlfriends and teams. He's like triple double smash, smash, pass, double smash. I gotta send you
Oh, the
this. Do
white
you know what
dude.
I'm talking
Oh
about?
yeah, the moms. Yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
with the moms
and
and
he was
stuff.
and
Yeah,
he's
yeah,
just
I
like
like.
talking about like he did the Fever and he's like okay, I see what you guys were all talking about.
Yeah,
Going through the
yeah.
roster
I like
and the
that dude.
wives and the moms of players and
The
coaches
moms
are
is the
like the
best.
funniest things I've ever seen. I gotta figure out his name so we can give him a shout out, but man, that's some good stuff.
Yeah, man.
Um, man, Dre, I know we have some more topics going on here. Let's see. There's one topic you had about it. it's weird for me to bring some of these topics up. And again, this maybe it shouldn't be. Maybe it shouldn't be weird because this is what we're trying to get out there in the world. Of not everything is black and white. You and I are good friends. We have no hate for each other. But one of the things you texted me this week was, does being pro-black mean being anti-white? So I'm gonna let you start this because I want to know what you're talking about when you're thinking about that before I even say anything and get people
Well,
all
it's
up in an
just a
uproar.
it's just a thought though, because you got it's a lot of stuff going on right now. Like it just came to me because you remember RG3, the football player.
Oh, the whole thing with him and Ryan from ESPN.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
that made me think like I'm with Ryan Clark. I understand them, but I'm like, okay, because me personally, I got a white wife. You call her what you want. See, her skin is darker, but she's come from a white man. So to me, she's a white wife, she's mixed, whatever.
She
But
basic.
it's
I know her. She's also
yeah,
basic.
right. So it's just like, yes, I'm pro-black, but that doesn't mean I'm anti-white. Like, or if like you, for instance, like you root for me, you root for my family. Like, it's just one of them tricky, slippery slopes. Like, why just because one thing you got to be associated with the other? You know what I'm saying? But I don't know. It was just a thought I threw out there, man. I really didn't have a deep dive. I was just thinking, like, damn, it sucks that some people gotta.
Didn't that all
I don't
spawn
know.
too from the WNBA about the Angel Reese and
Yeah,
Caitlin
Angel
Clark
Reese and
file?
Caitlin Clark. Yeah,
And
yeah.
I didn't hear what I don't know what Ryan's last name is from ESPN. Uh, I
Clark.
didn't hear. Yeah, I didn't hear what he said, but I saw RG3's tweet. What was Ryan Clark's point that he
He
was
was
trying
just
to
saying
make?
like he was just saying like you didn't make a well, because what RG3 was saying initially, it wasn't about basketball. He was saying it's obvious that Angel Reese hates Caitlin Clark. And hate is a strong word to put on somebody. She's like, you hate her, and this, that, and the third, and that's what's wrong with black women, and this, that, and the third with black women. Ryan Clark just came back like, you wouldn't know the struggles, the plight of a black woman because you don't go home to a black woman. So you wouldn't know what it's like for a black woman, what a black woman's thinking. So don't, why are you speaking on black women? That was his whole thing. And RG3 made it to something out of nothing because he's what would you say? He doesn't work for any of the companies now, so
Hmm.
he's on his own. So he's trying to get as much clicks to his to whatever he's doing. He got his wife is online selling butt pads and shit like that, and I don't know. And he always would talk about how he likes his milk and different things like that on TV or
Was he
behind the
like
scenes.
10? Man, I forgot how
He's just a
weird
weirdo.
RG3
He's
was.
just a weird. Yeah, he's just a weirdo, man. I
I
don't
do
know.
think I do think Angel Reese hates Caitlin Clark, but not for the facts of what you think. I think it's like Caitlin Clark obviously overshadowed everybody in that draft class, and Angel Reese won a championship in LSU, right? So she wanted to be the face of bringing women's basketball to relevancy. And again, that's where it's like, is this got to be a cultural thing? No, I think Angel Reese just doesn't like Caitlin Clark because Caitlin Clark gets the spotlight from who she was. Um, and in the NBA, I think it's just kind of transcended into that. So yeah, that
But
foul was also very fake, like very was it what's the word, Dre?
a flop,
Flagrant? Nah, yeah, flop,
a
whatever.
flop. But Caitlin's just better. I mean, we
Statistics,
like
yeah. I mean, I think Angel Reese's statistics in the best and right now are not that good either.
got
So,
some good. She's a good rebounder, great rebounder. But she's just like, and that's the thing I've gotten with a few of my buddies. Like, if oh, well, you siding with the white girl? Like, dog, she's just better. Like,
hmm
it doesn't mean I'm anti-black now. It doesn't mean you know what I'm saying. That's kind of what
I
I'm.
think yeah, and I think that puts like you as like a black American in like a bad position like that because it's like you could say no, my thoughts are because I'm going with the better player, not looking at who they what they look like. So I mean that's a good point, Dre. I mean I really think about that. For me, I automatically see it. I'm like,
Yeah,
yeah, Angel Reese hates her because I know my personal opinion is Angel Reese wants to be Caitlin Clark, doesn't want to be white. I'm saying she wanted to be the face of that draft and bringing basically the WNBA back to relevancy with the with whatever's going on, and she still does. People know who
she
she
still
is,
does. Yes, yes,
regardless if it's for the.
absolutely.
It might not be for the things that Caitlin Clark gets brought out for, but people know who she is, which take it
Yeah,
as you want. But yeah, I mean, I didn't really think about it that way, Dre. I mean, that makes a good point, and that's something that's like,
yeah, man.
I mean, that's for like any. I think that's for that probably goes for you for any like sport, really, any classification of a white athlete and black athlete, and it's like if you go over to the white athlete, people probably like, man, why you going? Do you run into that a lot, Dre? Is that a conversation like that you
Not
have?
really. Not really. I mean, you get into it with quarterbacks, but this is the first time really like basketball. I mean, let's be honest, you don't really have to worry about that in basketball, in men's basketball.
Mhm.
WNBA, this is a whole new thing. Like Caitlin Clark, she's the real deal. Hell, Reese is the real deal, but there's just levels.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying? Like, but people just want to be, man, people just want to bitch and complain about anything. You know how it goes.
Bro, that's what it is. People wake up like, what am I gonna bitch about today? Like, what am
Yes,
I?
yes,
I've fallen
literally.
victim to that sometimes. I'd be like, man, someone's gonna piss me off today. I just know it. That's
Yeah,
sometimes how I feel. Oh man. Well, Dre, it's been a good
that's a
episode,
it's
man.
been a pleasure, bro. It's been a pleasure, man.
Yeah,
Thanks for y'all tuning in.
I promise to you, Dre, that we will get better. I know you and I we talk all the time. Shit happens. Work schedules are crazy. Folks, we're really trying to do this, and we appreciate you guys listening, whether it's 30 of you, 100 of you, two of you. We have people
Yeah,
reach out and they say they love to just listen to us banter, people that they know. And we love to get people on the podcast eventually. We also are trying to get just on the platforms of, Spotify or Apple Music, but we're working there. If you know
yeah,
how to
we
help
working, we
us,
working.
please message
Yeah,
one
we
of
working.
us. But
Absolutely.
yeah. But anyway, Dre, pleasure as always, my man. I can't wait to
Yes,
see some
sir.
movies with you this summer. Give the people some good spoilers, hopefully. Well,
Yeah.
not spoilers, but sneak peeks, I
No,
guess.
we spoiling shit. If you ain't seen it, hey, skip ahead.
Oh man. All right, Dre. Stay great, my man.
Peace. Stay great, y'all. See ya.